This camera taught me a hell of a lot about exposure. So much so that I can dial in my exposure with any camera I use today with hardly any problems. Hi, and welcome back. So during COVID, we were locked down and we couldn't travel very far from home. And wasn't much opportunity to take sort of various photos. It was the same thing virtually every time I went out for my walk. And it just made it hard. As a result of that, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos as I've said in a recent video. And then one day I came across a video about film cameras and film shooting, 35mm and medium format cameras, and I was quite impressed because I used, as a kid, I used point and shoot film cameras, but that was the sort of thing you bought, preloaded with film, and you just take the camera into the chemist and they develop it for you. So I decided to try 35mm film, and I bought this Nikon FE. It's mechanical, so it doesn't use battery. I think the only thing you need a battery for is the light meter, but this light meter is doesn't work, it's broken. So I bought a external light meter, a Sekonic light meter, but you can get light meter apps online. You can just download it. There's a lot of them are free, and that I started using and filming with this Nikon camera. So when I bought this thing, I didn't realize that this was going to teach me so much about exposure. I didn't expect, because without an LCD screen, you can't see the live view. You can't see what your exposure is like, if it's too bright or if it's too dark. So you got to use a light meter. And after using the light meter for a while, you get to know exactly in certain conditions what your f-stop should be, your aperture, and your shutter speed to get a decent exposure or get your exposure spot on. Now, with modern cameras, mirrorless and DSLRs, you've got ISO. And so you can, with a mirrorless camera, a modern camera, you can adjust your ISO. If your shutter speed is too slow for the aperture you use and you want to get a faster shutter speed, you can raise your ISO and do it that way. But with a film camera, you can't. The ISO is in the film. The film is rated at what they used to call ASA. And the only thing you could do was, I've never done it myself, but I've seen on YouTube they talk about pushing and pulling film. It's something about shooting 2 stops higher or lower, and then when you process to develop the film, you adjust the time and something like that. I'm no expert. If you want to read about that or learn about that, you're better off on the internet. Just search developing film. The other thing about the film camera is you don't have stabilization. So you've either got to control your shutter speed so that they say your shutter speed should be double your focal length. So if you're shooting with a 50mm lens, you should be shooting 100th of a second, but that's normally 1/25th of a second, to get a sharp, not blurry photo. And whereas with stabilization, you can shoot as low as 6/6 of a second. So the other thing is, with a film camera, it's just so basic. You don't have animal eye detect and all this computerized AI, this and AI that. It's just a camera with film and your lens with your aperture on your lens. Change your aperture, change your shutter speed. And if you want to take a long exposure, you got to have a tripod. And I think beginners now are being spoiled with these modern cameras, where, well, you can just put it on P mode or full auto and just shoot. But what you've got to realize is the camera doesn't see what you see. The camera sees in shades of gray. So it doesn't see color. The color comes when the file is converted in the camera. So if you're a beginner, I'd encourage you to try a 35mm film camera. You can find them pretty cheap online. I've got two sort of plastic ones that were just sort of beginner cameras at the time, and you can get them for like $40 or $60 with the lens. And okay, film can be expensive, but if you shoot in black and white, you can get 35mm film for about $11 here in Melbourne. So yeah, I definitely encourage you to do that. But really, this was one of the best buys I've ever made. I still love this camera. I really enjoy shooting it. Haven't shot it for a while, but you know, we'll get there. So that's about all for this one. I'll end with some photos I've taken with this one, and one of my plastic fantastics, and I'll see you next time. See ya.